All right, this is Lon Jose with DCTV News, and we're here with.
Nathaniel C Scott II.
All right, so let everybody know what's your background. Let everybody know who you are.
I just have done well. I'm starting out early in my career right now. I'm doing a lot of writing right now. TV shows, as far as acting, just pretty much everything. When you do background, you pretty much want to be a part of whatever you get hired to do. So you think of background work as the minimum wage of regular occupations. So I've worked on everything from like when trauma was here in San Francisco, worked on that. The CSI, New York's and LA's, and man, I'm drawing a blank. I worked on a lot of shows. Yeah,
All right, so how do you figure out acting was your career?
I did, and I just knew. I knew when I was 4 years old. That's what I wanted to do. Just hands down. I knew for sure.
See yourself on TV.
All the whole thing, man. Just yeah. I just knew. I can't even explain it. Like, um, I just remember like growing up, my mom would sit me in front of the TV, and that's kind of like how I got raised. But yeah, man, I knew early on. But the journey to get there is a whole nother story.
All right, so was there any classes that you took that pushed you into your career further?
Acting classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I studied for 2 years in San Francisco under Jim Jarrett, which is the Meisner Technique Studio. And what Meisner is, it's a technique that a lot of actors use and study, which teaches you how to just be in the moment, and not act. Like kind of how what we're doing right now is there's no acting going on. It's just conversation and just being human beings. And so yeah, I studied 2 years, and it was a very very rigorous course because you can never be late, you can never miss a class. And me living in Stockton, I was traveling almost 2 hours up and back for 2 years, and I probably missed one class, but it was cleared because of religious, purposes. But yeah, man, I put a lot of miles and put a lot of money uh, in the toll for that.
So how was it finding your casting call, your acting, your audition people? How did you find out, and how did you hear about how to find these things to apply for?
I just, man, I just asked around. I just, Googled. I worked hard. I didn't sit around and wait for it to come to me. I actually got on the internet and looked up how to be an actor, how to go after this career, and just went from there. And it's just, this business is a business of relationships. So, just being yourself and meeting people, that's when you find out about different jobs and different things that's going on. So yeah, that's how I did it. It was a lot of Craigslist. It was a lot of student films. It was just a lot of um, networking.
Is there any exciting moments you becoming an actor and meet anybody or directing or producing? Is there any experience like anything that wowed you when on the set?
Yeah. um, I'm trying to think, man. It's been so much. It's like just being on set for me, and this doesn't apply to everyone, but for me, I'm such a nerd about this business and this career. It doesn't matter what I'm doing as long as I'm on set. So, man, I've had every experience from just being regular background of 100 people and being, spotted and saying, hey, come to the front, and just being featured, everything from just being, thrown a line in a film. Here's an experience. One of my, the movie Moneyball. I was in that movie, and I worked it for 2 weeks when we were out in the Bay Area. And I had a really nice scene with me and another actor and Brad Pitt. And so it was kind of exciting, right? And so I was like, oh, wow, I'm in this film, right? And working with Brad Pitt. And so anyway, the movie comes out and that scene gets cut. And so my thing is, something told me not to like really brag about it and tell people about it. And I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been embarrassed. So
Right.
I mean, it was a lot. It's a lot of those moments where it's just like you don't really know which, what scene's gonna get cut or what it's gonna happen. So, yeah.
All right. So for people that are getting into acting, what would be your message to be like, for people that are just starting?
Oh man, I my main message for people starting out acting is you really got to know why you're doing this. If you're, it doesn't matter if you're in it just to make money, if you're in it just to network, if you're in it to write. What you got to know why you're doing it, because it's full of heartbreak, it's full of stress, it's full of excitement. It's a gumbo of emotions, like really, literally. So if you don't know why you're doing it, or if you're the reason you're doing it is not strong, then you're gonna quit. You're gonna give up, and it's not gonna work out for you. And so what I advise is to really take the time, not to try to get into acting, but to try to really learn yourself and learn who you are, because that's when you'll know what you're supposed to do in life. That's one, and then also you'll learn what your gifts and your talents are. So for me, I'm great in front of the camera, but also I'm a writer, and I'm a content creator, and I'm a director. So it's all aspects of this business that I'm into, and I know that about myself. So that's what I would say. Is you really got to know why you're doing it.
All right. So is there anything coming up we should know? If not, is there a website they can check you out at?
Yeah, you can always check me out at my website. I am NateScott.com, and that's just basically my online business card. You get in contact with me, and I try to update it a little bit, but it's mainly for just to know who I am and my information. I'm getting ready to film in LA right now in 2 days. My very first web series. Actually, my very first production ever, and I wrote it. I'm gonna be directing it, and got the cast, everything, and I'm excited about it because it's based out of Stockton, even though we're filming in LA, but that's movie magic. But it's just stories out of Stockton because I grew up here, and my whole mission, my whole goal is to bring work here and to Stockton. I want to get famous and bring all my resources here. I mean, Delta College, there's so much talent here in Stockton that I just want to pour into and invest in, and because I love my community. So that's the main thing I have coming up right now. And I have another web series that was released that I played lead in. It's called Flawed, and it's a pretty interesting project dealing with the faith-based community and the ups and downs that happens in that community. Wow, I got a couple of films that I was in earlier this year that should be out this summer. One is called One More Round, and so yeah, I'm just kind of getting up there and getting things going. So that's where I'm at with it.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here, DCTV News with Orlando Jose, and we're signing off.